Hi everyone, welcome to our video presentation in science. I am your first speaker, Janilyn M. Basubas, and I am with my co-speaker,
Miss Christine Meiji Francisco.
Today, we will travel to another lesson in science. So our main topic for today's video is the weather disturbances. Can you repeat it? Alright, but before that, let me present you first our learning objectives. At the end of this lesson, there are 4 learning objectives presented below, where you are expected to accomplish. The content of this report is that you are going to find out the world of weather and its disturbances. One of the examples to overview this topic is that, can you give one? I'll show you a short video clip for a clue. Roll VTR! What types of weather disturbances showed in the video? Guess what is it? Correct! It's a tornado! A weather disturbances is any pulse of energy that moves through the atmosphere. It can be the start of a low pressure system or a start of a storm. And now, let's proceed to different types of weather disturbances. Here is Miss Christine to explain you about this.
Okay, let's proceed to the types of weather disturbances. Number 1, tropical cyclone. Tropical cyclones form in the following conditions: warm waters of at least 26.5 degrees Celsius, high humidity, low wind shear, rapid cooling with height, and a pre-existing weather disturbance at around 5 degrees latitude away from the equator 555 km. Cyclones develop over oceans with wind speeds that usually decrease when they hit the land. Cyclones last for a few hours to several days. Tropical cyclone. Because of climate change, tropical cyclones are expected to increase in intensity, have increased rainfall, and have larger storm surges, but there might be fewer of them globally. So, number 2 is tropical depression. A tropical depression may form when a low pressure area is accompanied by thunderstorms that produce circular wind flow and central winds around 61 km 23 to 39 mph depending on the scale used in various regions of the earth. Tropical depression is a tropical cyclone that has maximum sustained surface winds 1 minute average of 38 mph 33 knots or less. And about the tropical cyclones, oceans and seas have great influence on the weather of continental masses. A large portion of the solar energy reaching the surface is expended in process. A large portion of the solar energy reaching the sea surface is expended in the process of evaporation. This water evaporated from sea or ocean is carried up into the atmosphere and condenses, forming clouds from which all forms of precipitation result. Sometimes intense cyclonic circulations occur, which is what we call the tropical cyclones.
Storms. These storms have winds between 39 and 73 miles per hour and begin to look like a hurricane with a circular shape. Most damage from tropical storms comes from heavy rainfall, which can cause poverty damage or severe flooding. However, it also has defined surface, circulation, and distinctive shape of a cyclone starting to develop, but without the presence of an eye. There usually three types of tropical storms: the typhoon, cyclones, and hurricane. Dito sa tropical storm, dito na nabubuo yung kahihinatnan or resulta ng low pressure that are under tropical depression, wherein it is more organized with maximum sustained winds of 39 to 73 miles per hour, at nagkakaroon na din ito ng pangalan like yung mga past na typhoon like Bagyong Odette, Bagyong Agaton, or Bagyong Dan and others. Next, we have here the typhoon and hurricane. Typhoon and hurricanes can affect the landscape of wetlands. Typhoons and hurricanes cause coastal erosion through storm surge. For typhoons and hurricanes, wind speeds are more than 120 km per hour, accompanied by strong winds, rainfall, and storm surge. Typhoons bring strong winds and heavy rains, resulting in flooding, great damage to crops, houses, and buildings, and health due to accidents. Maybe some of you asking what may be the difference between the two. Well, I give you some clues. Hurricane is originated in the Western Hemisphere, while typhoon is a Eastern Hemisphere. Another is that hurricane is from the Huracan, meaning big wind, used by a Native Americans for storms, and typhoon from the typhoon, meaning great wind, by the Chinese. Lastly, typhoons are generally mas malakas kaysa sa hurricane sa kadahilan ng mas mainit ang tubig sa kanlurang Pasipiko, which creates better conditions for development of a storm. This unlimited amount of warm water also makes for increased frequency of typhoons.
So number 5 is tornado. A tornado is a rotating column of air usually produced by a severe thunderstorm. It is a column of air with a relatively small diameter, violently rotating. It develops within a convective cloud and is in contact with the ground or water. Convective clouds like cumulus and cumulonimbus clouds are clouds that form by the rising warm air and sinking cold air within them.
Next is the monsoon. A monsoon is a continuous shift in prevailing wind directions. This seasonal change can bring about heavy rainfall and harsh weather. Our country experiences two monsoons: the northeast monsoon or the hanging amihan, and the southwest monsoon or the hanging habagat. It can cause heavy rainfall during the summer and dry spells in the winter. Ang monsoon ay nagdudulot ng tag-ulan at tagtuyot sa halos lahat ng tropiko. These monsoons ay kadalasang nauugnay sa Indian Ocean. Monsoons always blow from cold to warm regions. The southwest monsoon blows in from the equatorial Pacific, bringing excessive rainfall and gusty winds to the Philippines from June to November.
Number 6 is Intertropical Convergence Zone. It's a region around the equator where trade winds from north and south hemispheres converge. The trade winds from the north hemispheres move south while trade winds from the south hemisphere move west. The area where these trade winds meet forces air up the atmosphere, forming a band of clouds that bring rain and occasional thunderstorms. Public Storm Warning Signals or PSWS. Public storm warning signals are raised when there is real and immediate threat from a tropical cyclone to any part of the country. PAGASAP or Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration is the government agency that monitors the weather.
The Pag-asa, that collects information from the different weather stations all over the country. Its important job is to make weather forecasts and warn the people of typhoons entering the Philippine Area of Responsibility or the PAR. The Pag-asa provide us these 4 typhoon warning signal from signal number 1 to signal number 4.
This is the end of our video presentation. We hope that you have learned a lot. Again,
I am Christine Meiji Francisco.
and I am Basubas at nag-iiwan ng
Ang buhay ay weather lang.